BlackRock's not going bankrupt. They're systemically important. Let's play that out for a second here. Let's play out BlackRock goes bankrupt, okay? They would have to start liquidating assets in order to, restructure. It depends on what type of bankruptcy they would have to file, right? Whether that's Chapter 11, 13, 7, whichever one it is. If it's just reorganization, Chapter 11, then they're still going to have to liquidate assets in order to be able to raise enough cash to be able to restructure their debts. They currently prop up the stock market. Like BlackRock owns almost every single stock and every single index in a meaningful way. So if they've got to start liquidating those positions, it's going to cause significant selling pressure on the stock market, and then other people are going to be de-risking, and it's going to be a negative spiral. And the U.S. government knows this. I would say, again, this is just my personal opinion, that BlackRock is a proxy for the U.S. government. The Chinese government can buy stocks directly, and they do so, and they prop up their own economy because they can print the money to do that. We can't do that here in the U.S. The Fed cannot buy stocks directly. So if you needed somebody to kind of do that on your behalf and restructure the debt and make sure that everything was going to be okay and figure out our way out of this mess, I think that's what BlackRock is and does. I think that they've helped restructure the debt after the GFC since 2008, and you happen to see Bitcoin launched in 2009. That was, to save the people from, the banks and institutions and be sovereign and all this stuff. What a wonderful narrative to get the freedom fighters and other people to adopt that. And also, be a huge marketing play and get adoption of this asset class, keep people away from gold, and investing in something else besides gold and not triggering the alarms earlier on the collapse of things. I think there was a lot of motivation in the reason that they've rolled this asset class out, and I think that they've had the intention to, tokenize everything and move everything on chain for the whole time, to be honest with you. And I think BlackRock's at the epicenter of that. So for them to go bankrupt, I think it's highly unlikely. I don't think that that's going to be the scenario that plays out. But I do think that they are going to be instrumental in the transition into this new paradigm that we're about to have for the financial system.